Harvest moon is here. It's the 1st of October. In this video we will pull a tarot card for each of the 12 signs of the zodiac. So let's get stuck in. Just having a shuffle now. I'm using tarot in Wonderland yet again because that's the one that people seem to relate to most of all. Now I really kind of would have liked to have done a full moon video a couple of days ago because that's sort of what you do on YouTube to maximise the views. But really the best way to do it is actually while it's full moon, and that's why I've left it until today. This is the time to watch it. Let's turn over a card for the sign of Aries. 10 of Swords. There we are. Not the most positive looking scene, is it? But when you look closely at it, there's no blood at all. This character's all chopped up on the ground there. But that might be what's happening at the moment to you guys, Aries, because this is an Aries full moon. And the full moon tends to force turning points, tends to force changes, can be emotional as well. Fuel, the angel of the moon energy, is also associated with being the angel of emotions, you know, so there's probably a lot of feeling going on which is more intense than the situation actually calls for. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case a light over the top of the wall. You can kind of see the sunlight behind, or is it the moonlight? Who knows, because it's a dark scene. But whichever one it is, something is rising and there is light there in the sky, and it's going to get lighter and lighter. And this character looks a little bit too chopped up to just rebuild as he or her was before, but the point is that this character can come together and have a completely new life, a completely new way, and that's what the full moon brings into being. Okay, that's the sign of Aries. Let's pull a card now for the sign of Taurus. And we have got the Hermit, number 9. Now, is this full moon energy too intense for you guys, Taurus? Something to think about is that you could actually retreat a bit back from this, feel a bit less intense about everything, and just take some time to actually contemplate, to actually consider yourself and your life and what the general plan is going forward, because full moons are very intense indeed, and actually intense in the mind, intense in the psychic senses. So there is no harm in stopping doing stuff and taking some time. Something that's associated with Taurus when we get a Taurus moon is the need for complete rest. Now we can see that in the background of this card, Alice there is waving her handkerchief rather sadly because she's not going to see the knight, which is you in this case, Taurus, again, or at least so she thinks. In the story she does actually see him again, but by that time she's changed and he's changed. So it's all about bringing change. Okay, that's Taurus. Gemini, what have we got for you guys? Let us have a look and see. And for Gemini, we've got 9 of Wands. Right, so all this intense full moon energy is bringing something maybe negative to mind here, Gemini. This guy really looks as if he doesn't kind of trust things to work out. He's got 8 wands behind him and he's got 1 wand in his hand. Is he going to get to the 10th wand? I've no doubt he is, actually, because we get fast-moving progress once we're into sort of 7, 8 wands and above. The progress gets faster and perhaps more furious, and this guy looks furious. So go at it, Gemini. I know you guys really like to see the bigger picture, and I know there's a lot of positivity in you as well. Just kind of see it through, okay? This means, like, you know, there's a bit more to do, a bit more work to do, and it's probably not going to be the easiest amount of work that there is to do either. Feels like you've been working at this for a long time, but just one more push is going to get you there, Gemini. Okie dokie. Moving along swiftly, because these videos take forever to upload, and I do want to get this one live today. Cancer, what have we got for Cancer? 10 of Cups. This is looking good, Cancer. This is looking really good. The cups are the longings and desires, and there, look, you've got them all stacked up on top of the wall. If life doesn't feel like that at the moment, count your blessings, Cancer, because there will be loads of them in there. Not everyone is going to understand. That's always the case, particularly when things are going well for you. If they're not going so well for you, then they're going to go well quite soon, because the message of this card is happy ever after. Question is, what are you you going to do next? What are you actually going to do with those 10 cups full of achievement? And if you haven't achieved all 10 yet, then you soon will. So think about, what are you going to do with all that energy? Where's it taking you? Where's it taking the people around you, Cancer? So Leo is the next sign. Let's have a card for Leo. And this one is, wow, number 18 in the major arcana it is. Can you guess? The full moon. There we go. That's taking the guesswork out of it. So we have actually got full moon at the moment, and that's very much a full moon there. So this is right bang on the energy, Leo. So this is really out there, okay? We are looking at the inner mind in lots of ways. So the walrus is kind of this chap's higher self, trying to give him more advice and you know, get him to look more deeply into himself. But that is actually happening already. The danger of this moon card is that you might be being drawn by a false light. So evaluate carefully, Leo. That's the message there. It's really important to evaluate what's actually going on in your life. You actually had full moon. We do get kind of forced into certain things, you know. You just get into a crisis and you've just got to do something. And that could very well be the case, Leo, okay? But think about what you're being pushed to do and don't make any commitments that you're going to want to cancel straight away. Virgo, we have got the Two of Wands. We're back into wands again. Now, this is actually very positive, but it doesn't usually feel all that positive when you're at this point in your day or in your life or in your moon cycle or whatever. The ribbons tied to the top of the wands there are blowing in the wind, showing that the wind of change is actually blowing. And Alice is looking forward here. She's got to keep looking forward, because if she looks behind her, we can see there's kind of a chessboard indicated in the way the fields have been mowed there. Now, we know if we were walking in the fields, we wouldn't see it like that. That's what happens when you look at things from a distance. But the idea is to stop kind of looking back, stop looking at things from a distance and, you know, trying to work out the fine details of things. Things are actually happening. It's time to get up and it is time to get going, Virgo. Now, that's not always the easiest thing for the Virgo energy to be doing, because the whole energy of Virgo is kind of stop, look, listen. But now it's time to actually go. Keep looking, keep listening, but get your skates on, Virgo. Get going. So now it's time for a card for Libra, moving along swiftly, more swiftly than I would like to be quite honest, because I can never get too much detail crammed into a minute. But if you'd like a personal reading, a private reading, and I'll really sort of go all the way into it for you, give me a shout and, you know, we will make something happen. Okay, so Libra, what have we got here? Oh, two came out. Okay, let's do the first one that came out first. Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and Mousy here is hiding in the teapot. And if you've watched my Tarot in Wonderland videos before, you'll know that what he's got on his head there, as well as being the lid of the teapot, is a kind of a tin hat. Now, there's 3 pentacles on the teapot, so Mousy here has actually got 3 pentacles in the bag. But there's a biscuit with the 4th pentacle on, and someone else has eaten it. Has the mouse eaten it and then run to hide in the teapot? Maybe someone else has eaten it. So get out there and take what's yours, Libra, okay? And just to balance it up there, we have actually got the Ace of Pentacles, and that shows that whatever you do by getting out there and actually taking what's yours, then it's going to really pay off at the moment, because the 1 pentacle has actually turned into a pentacle and a very nice looking cake to go with it as well. So, you know, things are going to increase, basically. That's the message of that one, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Forgetting where we are now. So that brings us to the sign of Scorpio. What have we got for Scorpio? Full moon, October moon, harvest moon 2020 for Scorpio. Number 3, the Empress. Now then, the Empress has a lot to do with resources. The Emperor is more about resources and about kind of managing the resources and that kind of thing. But the Empress is really a lot more out there. She's looking around all the time for new resources, and she's never quite sure what to do with them. And that's why she's got Alice here brushing her hair. It kind of symbolises that she needs some help, and sometimes that help can come from a child. So you're not looking for the most kind of intelligent level of help here, Scorpio. Just kind of, you might be called on to help someone. You might need to call someone in to help you. Different strokes for different folks. That is absolutely always the way. But there's a lot of fertility possibility here. See, we've got little animals, and it's a beautiful nature scene, and there is pure gold in the light that's coming in between the trees there. So good things coming in for you, Scorpio, but don't be afraid to ask for a bit of help. Don't be afraid to ask for a bit of advice. Sagittarius now, and I am a Saggy, so I'm going to be getting a free one here. And for me and all the other Sagittarians, 8 of Pentacles. This is good news. This shows things, not just that they're going to randomly pay off sometime in the future. This looks like things are going to be paying off pretty soon. Now, the King here hasn't actually got the best tool to do the job with. It's not easy to write with a pencil that is as tall as you, but it's all he can get hold of, because he's kind of in the shrunken, crazy, trippy world of Alice in Wonderland here. But he is having successes, and 8 is always a positive thing, you know. It's the number of infinity, so this isn't short-lived success, Saggy. This is going on into the future in a very positive way. But it's also as above, so below, which the Pentacles are all about, really, because the 5 points of the Pentacle star is about earth, air, fire, and water, and the 5th point at the top is about the divine getting involved in your life and making a difference. So there's divine assistance there, Saggy. There really is. So that brings us rather sort of neatly into the sign of Capricorn. Let me see. Yes, Capricorn. Let's have a look at what's going on for Capricorn. What have we got? Ace of Swords. Very, very alchemical. Now, the swords are about decisions. They're similar to the wand energy of actually getting things done, but this is being decisive. Now, when we get the full moon, we can have decisions forced on us just by crisis situations, so be careful with that, but don't try to put it off, Capricorn, whatever you do. I know you like to kind of hang on tight and wait until you're really sure of the shot, but this is one way you've just got to kind of trust in the gods, trust in the divine, trust in your own actual progress that you've made in life, and trust in your own ability to be sure-footed as you go forward into the unknown. You'll find your foothold. You'll find your foothold, because Capricorns always do. That's what the energy is like. And great alchemy here. There's a sword being held up, and that is sort of attracting magnetically a wand to it through the ethers. So get things done, and you will draw in even more than you think you will, Capricorn. Just don't hold on too tightly. Aquarius now. What have we got for Aquarius? Justice. Right, this is a real crazy scene in Alice in Wonderland, actually, and it's a pretty crazy card as well. We're looking at the idea of divine justice here, of course, and you know, the judgment card means something else, really. It's not like being judged, but this is. And the question is, have you been harshly judged? Think about that. Don't listen too much to what other people are telling you at the moment, Aquarius, because it's very easy to fall into the trap of thinking that other people know better. Not necessarily the case, okay? If I listened to what other people thought of me, I'd probably never leave the house. And I do leave the house quite a lot, and I'm always glad when I do. So get out there if you need to. Don't worry too much about other people's opinions, Aquarius. And if you're kind of in a position where you've got to judge someone else, do it as kind of equally and as positively as you possibly can. Okay. And that brings us to the last card in this reading for all signs at the full moon 2020. For Pisces, we have got the 4 of Wands. Now then, great. So all that lovely Pisces energy is paying off for you guys. All the help you tried to give people, and all the help you want to give people that people don't always actually want to accept. It's all positive, you know. It's that positive Pisces mindset. If you're in a negative frame of mind, just focus on this card, because the 4 of Wands, it's 4 square. It's really kind of showing a happy home. Lots of cats all around here. So domesticity is what it's all about. But we can see in the background a house of cards with a very heavy roof on it, which threatens to actually push it down and bring it down. That's because no matter how good things are at the present time, Pisces, you've got to think about the future. You've got to think about where you're going. Where is all that positive energy actually leading to? Pink clouds in the sky, and they're low in the sky, but that looks a pleasant enough scene to me. So things are looking good, Pisces. just do whatever you can to keep them looking good. That's the advice. Okay, well, there we go. We've gone through the zodiac. Very intense energy at this harvest moon, this October moon of 2020. And it's actually the first day of October 2020 as well. So the cycle is really moving. You know, Aries, full moon, so that's the beginning of another cycle of the zodiac. Life keeps on moving. That seems to have been the overall message here. So tap into that positive energy today. Don't let crises force you too much. If you just got to go along with the flow, well, just go along with the flow. Because the flow will keep going whether you go with it or not. You might as well hook onto it and get into the energy there. If you'd like a private reading, do drop me an email. My email is down there. It's 35and83@gmail.com. That's 35and83@gmail.com. I will be very, very happy to read for you. I'm here doing it all the time. Also, very deep, detailed astrological birth charts with extremely complex explanations of every planetary alignment and every asteroid alignment, what they mean in your life and the influence they have on you. If you'd like one of those, complete with a nice kind of chart wheel picture of where the planets were at the time of your birth, drop me an email, get in touch, leave me a comment if you will. It's always great to share the journey, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing if you haven't already, that would be a great help. If I can just get to 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be live readings left, right and centre, and I'm really looking forward to hitting that 1,000 subs mark. I think we're sort of in the 850s at the moment, so we're getting there. So subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it. Have a fantastic full moon, have a fantastic time ahead, and I'll be back very soon with more readings. Love, light and the very best of luck to you. Peace.